Hello, everyone. It's Morphin Mania time. I'm Captain Logan.
I'm DJ.
And it's time for more Season 2 Power Rangers. It is episode 33, Lights, Camera, Action, and we'll be following that one up with Where There's Smoke, There's Fire. Welcome, everybody. If you're watching live, click on the Rabbit Room so that you can watch what we're watching as we're watching it. And if you are watching after the fact, you're going to have to use this as a commentary track because unless you time travel back to when we shot this, which was December 14th of 2018, in case you have a time machine. So get out your DVDs or your Netflix, however you want to watch it. Get it to timestamp 0 of episode 33 of Season 2, Lights, Camera, Action. Welcome, everybody. We're going to get started right away. Here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. We're doing it again, sir.
Here we go. Day 45.
Yep, I never remember to mention the day. But that's the day.
It'll be in the title. That's all you need.
Yeah, but I feel like you're happy and more attentive about it. Because that's why like it's in the title. He's like, no, it's got to get sent someplace.
No, I don't care. I'm just trying to fill up this space.
What am I going to say about these? Well, look, we do them in panels, and we didn't do that before, but that's what we do now.
3 times the footage.
Right. Just got to throw everything so much at the screen. There's so much going on.
Have we done that? Yeah, we have done that Megazord. What's that Megazord called?
What Megazord?
When it's the Tiger Zord and the Thunder Megazord mixed together.
Do they call it? Is it just the Tiger Thunder Megazord? The Thunder Tiger Megazord? It's got Thunder and Tiger in it, I'm sure.
Either are as equally valid.
Oh, look, it's an Aisha episode because we haven't done anything with her yet.
There we go.
We haven't even gotten any kind of a sense whatsoever.
Well, she likes old televisions.
Yeah. She is already the Trini of the show, right? Where it's like, I don't really know what you're about yet.
I don't know yet. Maybe. They're always doing reports in this class.
Yes, and show and tell. Adam's like, I feel patronized.
I know, she's very like demeaning with her friendly talk.
Can anyone remember one of the 3 specific details that were mentioned in Aisha's 35-second presentation? And that was with TV footage, too.
She looked so so angry at the bell when it rang. She was like,
yeah, like, I always want to see Appleby as, like, a caricature of, like, you know, really stuffy teachers, and, like, there's some kind of social commentary being made there, but there's not, because it's just, you know, shallow stereotype of teacher.
She reminds me very much of one of my teachers, Mrs. McGinnis, 2nd grade, Robinson Elementary. Shout out to you, Mrs. McGinnis. She reminds me of her. 2nd grade Miss McGinnis, because her sister was 4th grade Miss McGinnis. 2 different teachers.
Oh, wow. Cool. She had a son named Terry.
Oh, yeah. I was big friends with him.
He was just always running off to do something. He was working for an old man. And
yeah, 2nd grade, he was super busy.
And in unrelated news, we had this like little kid superhero that flew around and could turn invisible.
Bat Kid Begins. Did you ever see that?
I did.
Yeah.
It's cool.
What a fun little thing that happened.
I thought about doing a rewind on documentaries, not like separate rewinds on separate documentaries, but just pick select ones and talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
And that would be in there.
Well, it'd be cool to do like the Death of Superman one.
Yeah.
John Snepp did.
Oh, so he's the Joker now.
The
Harvey
Garvey.
Garvey.
How did he make it in television?
The same way that game show host got into game show hosting. And I'm sure he's going to be just as goofy. Actually, I don't think he is quite
Harvey
as bad.
Garvey.
Harvey Garvey!
Such a weird name. It's not even a last name.
Garvey?
Like Harvey's a last name.
Well, okay, but Skull is played by Jason Narvey. So, like, Garvey probably is a last name.
Could be.
Okay, now the subtitles got Kaka Combat right.
Different guy. He's a fan. Would you like to subtitle Power Rangers? Would that be something you would like to do?
Probably not. I would love to subtitle Power Rangers. That'd be great.
But you would be just doing it accurately, though. You wouldn't.
What's that now?
You wouldn't be having fun because you would just do it accurately. Like
it would be fun if Power Rangers wasn't such a big thing that everything probably had like a real spelling. If you got to make up spellings for things, that'd be fun.
Yeah. Well, the monster names would be fun. They're all really head bobby.
Yes, they are.
They up them.
Hey!
I think that's us trying to imitate the Japanese filmmaking, but we're like way overdoing it with our heads.
You think Lord Zed ever starts being really dramatic, turns his chair, and then just halfway into a sentence can't think of what he wants to say next?
And then he's like, wait, turn it back.
Yeah, no, immediately this guy is not as crazy and out there.
He is wearing 3 of the 5 colors of the Power Rangers.
That's really funny. I love that they've got footage that's TV show footage.
Yeah. Who in the world? I want to see that. Who is filming this footage? Let's follow them instead of Bulk and Skull.
Yeah, there's some really, really good journalism going on in Angel Grove. They get just right in the action. They are not scared of the danger.
Somehow right in between the Megazord and the monster.
Watch out, danger. They're for real.
This is exactly how they came on the stage in like the actual stage shows. This is great.
No, before the show, you said this. This is very meta.
Yeah.
And that's clearly why they're doing this.
Who would think that Power Rangers Season 2 would have a meta episode already?
And again, I can't help but think, like, our new actors are being thrust into this whole thing where, like, it's already a phenomenon, and these guys are doing all the stuff that our previous Rangers have been doing for a while.
Yeah, well, you hear them talk about the audition. I've heard Aisha and Adam talk about the audition for them was insane. Because the audition for the first one wasn't that crazy, because it was just no one knew what it was, but then everyone came to this audition because they all wanted to, like, every martial artist in the California area, like, all came to.
If you listen to Austin St. John talk about it, though, it still sounds like that. It sounds like there were a lot of people at the audition, and nobody knew what he was even for.
Yeah.
It must have been crazier, I'm sure, for them.
Yeah, they said like they're trapped. I think I don't know. I remember them telling stories about it.
But St. John makes it sound like I'll send you an interview that I listened to a couple weeks ago.
Talk about it. He says,
have you?
He makes it sound like it was just rigorous. Like they had him go over and over and keep doing stuff. Like,
yep.
Like it was pretty intense. They took it more seriously than you think they would.
Yeah, because the show itself looked like it didn't even think it would stay on.
And the
is it just that big of a deal to be on TV at all? At all?
Yeah, the stunts were not that great. They didn't let the actors do that much in the first season. We were talking about how some of the choreography was kind of lame. But
how often does that kind of bureaucracy get in the way of a lot of things, but especially Hollywood, where you get hired for something and then you're not even really allowed to do much of it. You know, I mean, like Burt Ward had that in 66 Batman. Like he was hired because of his martial arts skills. How much of what he can do did he get to do in that show? And how much of it was just, oh, we hired a stunt double so we didn't have to be that worried if he got hurt? And there's all these stories from Burt Ward about how he was constantly getting hurt.
Yeah. All right, I'm adding this to our flashback episodes.
Yeah, I forgot this was a flashback episode. I was kind of excited about this one because I remembered you know, the stuff on the talk show being kind of fun, but I forgot that nothing really happens in this.
Yeah, it's not a great episode. We were just excited to see. I just love how Tommy's sitting. He looks hilarious.
Yeah, where he's crossing his legs. And
it's just weird to see Power Rangers sitting on a couch.
Yeah, and he doesn't seem like a character that should necessarily be that hammy, but then I don't totally really know what he is, so...
I know more about Adam than I know about Tommy, and Adam's been in here for 3 episodes.
You maybe know more about Rocky at this point, although I do think he's kind of the new Tommy in the sense of we gave him, like, one fault that will never come up again.
Yeah.
We were really thinking about it.
Did we have to bring up this episode again? This one's already been brought up before. It's the 3rd Pudgy Pig episode.
Yeah. And we did... He's the first monster we brought back. And, like, fans talk about Pudgy Pig like it's a fan favorite monster. I think it just shows up a lot. Like... I mean, it is a bizarre design. Maybe people like it just because it's really weird.
Yeah, it's all, like, puffy. Like, it deflates.
Cinematographic says, this is Power Rangers, not Comedy Bang Bang. Oh, now we're going to talk about serious issues with the Power Rangers. May I suggest...
What is your stance on gun control, Power Rangers? I notice you have blasters right there on your hips in the studio.
Wait. You went from education to 10 seconds later, let's do a kicking demonstration?
That was his big... That's what he wanted. That was the hard-hitting questions he has.
Wow.
How do you do those flying kicks?
You know, like, you expect this kind of thing to be really fluffy, but I like that we're pretending like there's going to be a serious discussion. Then we immediately just go to kicks. This is not that different from what talk shows are like, though.
Yeah, this is the kick that every comedian does. This is what Jack Black does. This is what Dwight does on The Office. Every comedian that's trying to be like a funny karate thing, they always do a jump front kick.
Pirano KC says, that is education.
Oh, now we're in a Home Alone movie.
Like, since while we're on the topic of education, can you teach me a thing?
Why was that?
Pink Ranger, who did you vote for in the last election? Well, I probably shouldn't tell you this, but I'm not old enough to vote. So I might be... This might be another one of those Captain Logan's reading too much in Power Rangers kind of things, but wow, look at that guy.
That's a cool monster.
That looks right out of 80s Marvel to me. But he reminds me of something. There's an X-Men character that he reminds me of. I can't think of his name. I'll think of it. But anyway,
related to Mojo or something?
No, I forget. Maybe it is related. I can't remember. Anyway,
a lot of them look like that.
And there's also like a junkyard mutant in Ninja Turtles that he reminds me of too. There's a lot of things from that period that look like that. But don't you think Zordon would maybe be against this?
Yeah, he should be like the Master Splinter thing, where it's like, maybe don't show up on television.
Yeah, but not necessarily for the same reasons with Splinter. Like, it's not all practical. I just feel like this kind of goes against the code just a little bit.
Yeah, they're kind of bragging a little bit. Like, they're not...
Because they're not supposed to be into this for glory, and I mean, like, yeah, they're not showing their secret identities, but that's still not, you know, it's too much of a ego bolster, and then on the practical side, they're not masking their voices or anything.
Yeah.
Jeffrey, that's great. Interviewer, whatever happened to the Green Ranger, and where is his sick flute? Yeah, you'd think that you'd ask questions about some things that have happened in the past, more of the continuity.
This set, his set reminds me of that Superman musical that you did.
Yes.
I don't know why.
He means that I reviewed. I was not in a Superman musical. I did not direct a Superman musical. I would, though. I totally would do that.
That would be great. Hey, you've done a book. You've done novels. You've done documentaries. You got to do a musical.
Okay, Ciro, that's fair. I should have made this comment before. Because he says, I mean, they've already had a big Ranger celebration. That's from Doomsday. How's this much different? I mean, You're right. It's not much different. I can see Zordon having a problem with that. But then again, on the more practical side of it, they at least didn't talk during that.
And it wasn't recorded for like everyone to watch.
Yeah, it was just in the park for Angel Grove. But no, they don't seem like they should be public superheroes. They do it because we did all that publicity stuff in real life, but B, because they're bright and colorful and they go out during the daytime. So, like on paper, they look like the kind of heroes that would be like Superman, and they'd like make public appearances and stuff. But I just don't know that Zordon would be okay with that.
But we don't know what Zordon's okay with because he's a mystery.
He is. He's an enigma wrapped in a mystery. Actually, I think Enigma comes at the end of that, but that's the way. Zed likes it.
Oh, weird.
Well, sometimes you're committed. You start a bit and then. No, Thomas Edgell, I did not play Superman in a musical. That did not happen. I reviewed a Superman musical. Goldar, you don't show up that much anymore unless Scorpina comes back and we need to use the same stock footage.
I'm here.
Look at me. Well, I guess we used. Well, was the Mirror of Regret the same episode? Was that?
No, that was
where she showed up.
Those are back to back.
Okay, well, so Goldar has come down recently then. Okay,
he's been doing stuff. He's been fumbling.
Look at me.
Dead plans.
I'm Goldar and I'm doing stuff.
He does sound like Louis Armstrong. Whenever we try to do him.
And I think to myself, I got beautiful wings. I kind of half expected Goldar to get big.
That was a new call.
Yeah, it really was.
Why did they do that call and then still do these calls?
I don't know. Was that footage we haven't really used? That side profile thing? Or do we do that?
I think that was American. I look at the
feel stupid if that's footage we've seen 55 times, but sometimes like different senses get mess up other senses, right? Where it's like I'm hearing something different with that, so I'm not sure if I've seen it before.
Yeah, you can tell the American footage because they have the different belts. I always notice the belts.
Jeffrey says he'd watch that show. Do you mean Goldar singing like? Is that what you're talking about, or something else?
Or are you talking about Superman, a Cap Superman show?
Yeah.
Both are absurd.
Because I do think the Goldar Lounge Singer Hour would be pretty great.
That'd be great. Whoa, it just turned to like dusk.
Yeah. Or possibly they're inside Jello. I don't...
Oh, he just jumped out of the dust, though. It's like there's a dust cloud.
This is one of those things that feels tonally way too epic for what's actually going on.
Yeah.
Oh, no, he's talking about Louis Armstrong. Louis Gold Armstrong.
Gold Armstrong. That's great. Look at that awesome... Man, they shoot so much cooler stuff.
They really do.
Do you see that sun shot?
So here's an idea, Zed. Make Goldar go big also? No? Okay.
There's more of that angle stuff than I realized.
Yeah.
Zed.
It really is pretty meta, right? Like we're talking about the impact of television on this TV show that's been a phenomenon that is, some parents would argue, rotted children's brains. And wow. No comment.
He was so proud of that joke when Rocky.
Hey, they're still in Switzerland. That's where they live for the next 3 years.
This is kind of, I'll give it to them. That's kind of cool they brought them back. Like, you would think they wouldn't even care about those characters after the actors left.
Yeah, it is nice that they're attempting to have some kind of sense of continuity with that.
Nice little reference. Like, they watched them on TV. That's cool. I don't know why they can't just call them and talk to them. They're still friends.
Yeah, you get the sense that they never do.
So they are dorks. They're not the bullies.
Yeah, they've these are technically the first villains that we've kind of like regressed their villainy, you know. Or like later on, we take Zed's teeth away. We've effectively taken away Bulk and Skull's teeth. I don't mean they ever had teeth, but like
yeah, but nobody takes them seriously. Not even the not Power Rangers. She just said, "Get a life, you dweeb."
Well, that was less of a clip show than I expected it to be.
It was what was it? Was it just the Pudgy Pig stuff?
You know, I think it was. I kind of and then we just had some other footage.
Yeah.
That they just showed in kind of a montage where they showed Silverhorns and things. Yeah,
Silverhorns. It's morphin time.
In Angel Grove City. All right, folks, it's time for Where There's Smoke, There's Smoke. Silverhorns.
Oh,
Golden Wings.
The last show we do is always the funnest because we just lose our minds. You can tell which ones we shot the latest at night.
Soon Zed will take over or destroy the world. All right, it's time for episode 34 of season 2, Where There's Smoke, There's Fire, and get ready to press play when I say now. Let's get into it. Here we go. Everybody, please press play right now. If anybody expects us to have shame on Morphin Mania, no. You're expecting too much.
We're doing Power Rangers for 260 days. I think we have to say goodbye to any shame that we have.
Hello, the Day Ghost. Welcome. No, this is already insane. And if we don't do, like, if we take ourselves too seriously, it's either funny in the wrong way, you know? Or,
yeah, we don't want to be the butt of the joke.
Right. We don't want to make some of the mistakes Power Rangers makes.
No, we still have our dignity.
Right. And we're going to show you how much dignity we have by doing things that are really undignified.
What are we doing with our lives?
There's a paradox in here somewhere. What do we do with our lives?
This is a challenge, really.
I like your theory that the whole point of this is for us to like really get to know each other and become like super good friends on camera in real time.
Yeah, what a weird thing. We're recording the growth of our friendship.
We really are. That's what's happening here. Because you're either going to really bond over this and be like friends for life or something, or you're never going to speak to each other again.
That's the more fun way. I hope that doesn't happen. But that
who invited RoboCop?
Oh, wow.
Who invited Deep South RoboCop?
Common sense.
Common sense. It's just common sense. Why can't we? Okay, I know why. Because we're in California. I was going to say, why can't we just hire someone who has that accent?
Yeah. I mean, main movies get that wrong, like
all the time.
An accent is a tough thing.
Okay, so what you want me to do is just read these lines, but occasionally throw in an all y'all.
Maybe add a couple extra syllables.
How's it going, all y'all? Zed has never thought about fire before.
I just want to see the scene where he, like Zod in the Pies, Zed just staring at fire. Like
that's funny. I just thought of fire myself. Like back when Rita went in the dumpster in the first place, mankind was just discovering it.
So is Aisha just the teacher's pet? Is that her thing?
I think that's her thing, yeah.
She's been helping out every episode.
But see, they are kind of treating her as like, I don't know if like environmentalist yet is the right thing, because we haven't seen her do exactly that kind of thing yet, but she's all into safety and stuff.
But here
and history, and
she is a girly girl because she's talking about blow drying and curling and all this stuff. So that's something.
Wait, that sounds dangerous. Like I've never curled my hair before, but I wouldn't think you'd want to put gel in your hair after you or before you curl it, right? Isn't that a mistake?
I think she said after.
No, but like she and Kimberly were having like a little argument about it, where it's like, well, you can do it in either order. I'm like, I don't know about that.
Remember, she's just putting on the Valley Girl thing. That's not her. That's not Kimberly's natural state.
Okay, but we can tell looking at her hair whether she curls it. Like, it doesn't really matter if she's putting that on or not. She's physically doing this or not. We're talking about this! I love doing this show so much!
That's what I want to see. I want to see footage of the 1993 Bulkmeyer barbecue.
Kimberly, in yet another episode to me, looks kind of like a 5-year-old because she has a firefighter hat on, and that just makes her look like a little kid who wants to be a firefighter.
Yeah. That's totally what a high school girl would do, though. They would
when I grow up, you know what, though? You're not wrong. Right? No, they would.
I actually liked that when I saw it earlier.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong. I might be fishing for things to make fun of. That might be happening.
That's okay. That's kind of what we're here for. I sympathize with Skull of this.
No, we're here for real serious, insightful discussion, okay? I'm sorry, what?
I was going to say, I sympathize with Skull right now because those screens are hard to set up sometimes.
Yeah, and they were worse back then.
In one of my college courses, one of my professors pulled down the screen and it fell off the ceiling and hit. It was one of the ones that came down from the ceiling, and the whole thing fell on his arm. It was pretty funny, but I mean, I think he got hurt a little bit.
It was way later.
Yeah.
Ernie, you don't need a name tag.
Everybody knows your name.
You're the only person who works there. I mean, I know you have.
Okay, I'm okay with Aisha. I mean, Kimberly wearing the hat. Tommy, you look ridiculous.
Tommy is dressed like a 5-year-old. Like, I know Ernie had someone helping him before, but most of the time it seems like he's the only person working there. And he needs more help, clearly, because he gets real stressed out when pachinko machines disappear. And I mean, yeah, you just spend a lot of money on a thing and it disappears. Like you would forget, but just the way he reacted to them.
What?
He looked like he was just done. He was like, "That's it."
Well, he had just spilled the popcorn all over the place, and then
the pachinko machine used to have this angle more often.
From behind his chair?
No, above it. It was really cool.
I will say, I like the other putties better, we've said before, but the Zed putties are so creepy because they just stand there.
Yeah.
With their heads down all the time.
And then they show up and they do that dance.
Yeah, why are they so
serious? And now they're not so creepy anymore.
And then they look ridiculous. No, them standing there in the hallway with just their heads down is so creepy.
See, what you never see, what you don't realize is that the putties are actually big fans of Ron Wasserman, and that's why his music is in the show. Where when they come down, they're like Lawrence from Batman '89, but they just have a big boombox. Lawrence Ed's like, "Lawrence!" And then he presses the button on the boombox, and then they start dancing to "Hope for the World." I don't know why all their favorite music is in favor of their enemies, but.
Sorry, I'm actually watching this. This is a good fight.
I can just keep making up stupid things about boomboxes, I guess.
Go ahead. Take it away.
Nah, I'm done with that bit. Ciro says, nah, a group of random guys just in the middle of someplace dancing slowly is pretty creepy.
Tommy looks like such an old man right now. He has khaki shorts on. And he has a rolled up magazine in his back pocket, which is so what dads do. Did you see it?
Yeah.
He has a rolled up pamphlet in his back pocket.
Okay, she still has the firefighter hat on.
Yeah. They're writing. I think they're still writing their report or whatever.
She's just really into firefighting right now. We learned about firefighting. Now that's all I can think about. So Jeffrey earlier said Bulk and Skull are the type of people that would be volunteer firefighters, which is absolutely true because they will be volunteer cops next season.
Exactly. Somehow I think firefighting is way more dangerous to have them as volunteers than it would be. Unless they're
Yes.
just like cleaning the fire station.
They are way bigger liabilities there. They're volunteers in the sense that they're on the roster and they would come if you called them, but no one ever calls them.
Yeah. My best, they see, there it is, the pamphlet.
Oh, that's why he has it. It's a plot point. They made him look like an old man so they could do this part.
This is actually good, though. She's not under a spell, and she's being overbearing and obnoxious.
Not yet. I'm just kidding.
My best friend, who was the best man at my wedding, became a fireman this year.
Okay, that's hilarious. Just the idea that Skull would go into politics. They should have followed through with that.
That should have been what he did.
Where we have, like, Mayor Skull in another season. Like, down the road.
Yeah.
It would have been fun if we did something like that in Dino Thunder, where you have, like, one character from one of these shows that's in, like, local government or is, like, running a like, pizza place or something.
Yeah, we should have. I mean, if Tommy can become a paleontologist, I'll believe Skull is a politician.
Well, and if you're still in California, it wouldn't be that crazy for one person we know to be in that other town.
Yeah, and I'm sure they
We
would
should
love
have done that. That would have been cool.
They would have loved to come back for that. I mean, Bolt came back.
Yeah.
Samurai. Paul
I thought you just meant anyone that was in the show, because most of them did not keep working.
Yeah. Wow, is that a real horse?
It was amazing when they get a real something. Yes, that is a real horse.
That's a cool monster. I mean, it's not ours, but
It's not, yeah, exactly.
it's cool.
Everything DJ is like, that's awesome! Wow, speaking of 89. Has it occurred to you guys that the Power Rangers never solve, like, just regular problems? It's always just monster. Like, they only deal with things Rita or Zed send out. That's all they do. They're not going to come help because there's a fire.
Yeah. Like we said, they're a liability. Boom. It's like a Mario spring.
Yeah, but it's weird because the sound effect played while they were already in the air.
And it's weird that they jumped into like an inch of water.
Yeah, but landed on their feet somehow. That looks not possible. I don't know how they did that.
People who don't love Power Rangers as much as we do would probably make jokes about all these trash can fires.
I didn't even think about it. But I should have. Why are they there? Forget your marshmallows?
Is that what she said?
Yeah. Yeah, she said, forget your marshmallows? Because we're doing a whole, like, barbecuing theme here.
Whole fire thing, yeah.
Yeah.
She's horrifying. Her face is fire.
Yeah.
She picks up her sheet and it's just fire out of there.
It's awesome. This is a monster that it's okay that it doesn't have a face.
Yeah.
Oh, it does have a face. Never mind.
Oh my gosh.
Look, there's his face. I wish I'd never seen that face. It's horrifying.
Yeah, that was horrifying.
This monster is messed up, man. This is the monster of Kevin McAllister's nightmares. You ever watch Home Alone? He's like scared of the furnace.
I just watched it the other day.
This is the monster that he would conjure up in his imagination.
And then I watched the second one, and it's terrible.
It's terrible. That is my go-to example for making the same movie again.
But it's the exact same movie, but every detail it makes less sense than the first one. Like,
yeah,
I was going through every single thing.
That doesn't entirely make sense either.
It was frustrating. The first one, though, that score is great.
I think somebody should remind Aisha that there is also a, like, regular fire station. She's like, I'm supposed to be the fire captain. What do I do? Well, you're not going to have to deal with every fire in Angel Grove. There's like professionals that do that. But I don't buy that. Like, are we supposed to believe that they only have volunteer firefighters in this city?
Well, Angel Grove doesn't have police, so they put all their money into the fire station.
Except for occasionally when they do.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Angel Grove has one cop, and he's probably like 89 years old.
He works like once a week or something.
And he's also local security for every business.
Did you just see Billy? He's like, no, Aisha, I think we all need to go help Tommy and Adam.
Yeah, because she wants to do everything. And she gets to say it's Morphin time because it's her episode.
I hope she actually learns.
That's why she says it.
Well, because she didn't want them to help, so they didn't even morph.
Wow. I don't think that's her call.
I know. Like, just go help.
Maybe Zordon's in the background going, let her learn this lesson. Let her get beaten up a few times. She'll figure it out. She'll understand the teamwork thing. That's not a thing we can tell you about, even though we talk about it all the time. You have to learn it for yourself.
She is really overdoing it in this. Like, she just said, this is my battle now, and she's like taking the putties from them all. This is
okay. So if we're supposed to buy this, why do we ever do magic spells?
Yeah, this is weird that they didn't do a magic spell for this one.
If they're going to overblow it that far, fine. If that's the kind of show we're making, then just do that. Don't have it be a magic spell all the time then. I do still think this is slightly better than doing that.
Okay, the subtitles aren't even trying. He said really dangerous, and they wrote very dangerous. Like, that's just a different word.
Look, that guy was getting paid $8.50 an hour, and he would, and he has to watch more episodes of this a day than we do. He's supposed to have the entire second season done by Tuesday. Okay. Aisha, you're here because it's all your fault. Oh, see, that is what he did. See, he did exactly what I said he should do.
But she didn't learn the lesson. She won.
Well, I don't know if you're in danger, Zordon. You're in
safe
another
here.
dimension.
I'm safe here in my tube. There's no I in the word team.
Yep.
Smart words, Tommy.
Good job, Tommy. You used the correct cliche. Maybe Jeffrey says some places do only have volunteer firefighters. Yeah, but they got to be smaller. Angel Grove has this giant financial district. There's no way it only has volunteer firefighters. I lived in a town also at one time that had that because it was like a town of 7,000 and falling.
Wow.
But Angel Grove has to, and I mean, like, it's like Smallville where it can't decide what size it is, but I mean, Angel Grove's way worse about that because it's using Sentai footage in a big city, but it has to be at least 80 or 90,000 people, at least.
How did she know they could do that? She just did the Guardians of the Galaxy thing. Aisha was like, everybody hold hands, we'll form an energy barrier. And they just like blocked the blast. It was weird.
And why did you just think of that? You've been a Power Ranger for like 9 days.
Oh, it's the face.
And no one's ever done it.
It's the weird face.
I didn't see it. Is it still horrifying?
Well, yeah, when she grew, she lost her mask.
Oh, no. We got to keep looking at it now?
Yeah.
That is nightmare fuel. I don't want to keep looking at that. Oh, no.
Just wait for it.
I know we're not saying anything right now, but we've seen this a lot.
Oh, yeah. This is... They've used this footage before. Once or twice.
Once or twice, yeah.
There it is.
Man! glad they didn't make an action figure of that, honestly.
This is what you wanted, right? Zed monsters with no skin.
Yep.
Get what you pay for.
No, this is exactly the kind of thing that Zed should be making.
You really got a monkey's paw situation out of that.
Cinematographic asks if this is better or worse for me than Son of the Mask. It's absolutely better than Son of the Mask.
Oh, yeah. That is just uncomfortable.
It has self-awareness. A little.
Would you kill me if I've told you I've seen Son of the Mask, but I've never seen the mask?
I'm sorry, did you say something? I feel like DJ cut out there for a minute. Yeah, DJ cut out for a second.
Okay, yeah. I was just talking about the Megazord fight.
Okay. I don't know how you had anything to say. It was over in like 5 seconds, but boy, we're gonna have to have a conversation a little bit later, buddy.
Son of Mask came out when I was a kid. The Mask was before I was born. I never went back to it.
So was this.
True. Good point.
That's the same year as this. I'm not comfortable with people who had entirely different experiences than me as a kid. I can't have that. I think you're about to count another cake.
Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh wait. Nope, nothing happened with it.
Oh, we're just counting cakes in general. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought we were counting like smashes.
Most of them do get smashed, but that was a...
So there have been times where we didn't count a cake because we decided it didn't count as a cake.
No, I even counted the Cake-O-Matic machine. That was just like pudding everywhere, I think. Maybe I didn't.
Well, folks, that is going to do it for today's episode of Morphin Mania. Next time, we are going to watch Scavenger Hunt and the Great Bukala Escape. I don't immediately recognize either of those.
Is it the Great Bukala? What's a
Bukala? 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 Goongala! Goongala!
Goongala. That's the second time we've referenced Goongala in the show.
I know, Goongala keeps coming up. I don't know. That's Casey Jones' thing. Anyway, so that's going to do it. I don't immediately know either of those, so we'll just see what they're like when we get there. Occasionally, episode titles of Power Rangers just kind of come out and bite me in the face. I'm like, wait a minute. I've seen these. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, Bukala is a kind-hearted extraterrestrial being who resembles a Japanese kabuki dancer that crashed in Angel Grove.
Well, that sounds like a thing they would do. It doesn't immediately ring any bells, though.
Weird. Oh, it is scary. Oh, I know what a kabuki is. Yeah, you'll remember. It's very Japanese.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, thanks again for watching, everybody. Hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you again next time. If you are watching live, this is the end of tonight's bat shooting. We will see you again next Wednesday night. Next Wednesday night? Or is that getting into Christmas?
No, this is the week before. Today's the 14th.
Yeah, this is the week before, but next week is actually Christmas, right?
No. We have one more week before.
Oh, we do have one more week. Okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. Excuse me. All right. So anyway, we'll see you again next time. I am Captain Logan.
I'm DJ. See you
Thanks,
guys.
folks. See you later.